Marcus Garvey once said that a people who have no knowledge of their origins or of their past history is like a tree without roots.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited about season 2 of Onward and Upward with Leslie E. Royal. I'm Leslie, and I will be interviewing several exceptional Black women who are making a significant difference in their communities. One such impressive woman is LaNesha DeBardelaben, President and CEO of the Northwest African American Museum. LaNesha, welcome to season 2 of Onward and Upward with Leslie E. Royal.
Thank you, Leslie. I am delighted and honored to be here with you. Thank you.
It is indeed a pleasure having you. I tell you, LaNesha, when the Ashro team and I were discussing wonderful guests for season 2, in honor of Black History Month, we knew that we wanted to have a person to come and speak with us from an African American museum. So we thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you for extending the invitation.
It is indeed a pleasure. Now, before I get started with my questions about the museum, I would love for you to tell us a little about yourself.
Thanks, Leslie. I am just honored to be here. I am originally from Michigan, Saginaw, Michigan. I was born and raised in a community that truly felt like the village. That African proverb was so true for me. It takes a village to raise a child. And so it was a town that really invested in children like me. And I am who I am because of where I am from. And I'm so grateful for the remarkable teachers and librarians and church members who took time to love on me and to guide and invest in me. And so I am a museum administrator, and I've been in the museum field for about 20 years now and have just fallen in love with the work of the heritage work of museums and what African American museums in particular does for communities. What Black museums do is it's transformative for our communities. And so I am just grateful that every day serving at the Northwest African American Museum, I have an opportunity to advance justice and equity and to cultivate educational empowerment, and then to center and celebrate the Black arts. And most of all, lifting up Black lives. And so it is what I am grateful every day to have the privilege and opportunity to do.
I love it, LaNesha. Thank you so much. And I tell you, speaking of Black art, in honor of Black History Month, I am wearing one of these beautiful Ashro blouses, which is perfect for anyone to wear for one of their Black History celebrations. So I fell in love with it when I saw it. I'm like, I'm going to wear that for Miss LaNesha's interview.
Thank you, because it is gorgeous on you, and it is a reflection of the beautiful culture that you represent, Leslie. It is truly, truly beautiful to see you in that.
Well, thank you so much. And you look absolutely beautiful. I love your clothes, love the jewelry, love your hair, makeup, everything. You look fabulous. So I'm excited about our time together.
I am also. Thank you.
My pleasure. Now, as a historian, what excites you about history in particular and history in general and Black history in particular?
You know, Leslie, I am always reminded about that statement that says those who know the past are not surprised by the present. And history, knowing it, understanding it, having read it, allows us to not be so surprised by the present conditions and continued struggles that we see all around us. History is one of the best teachers because it allows us to, um, first of all, see who we were, and therefore it's able to help us to see who we can be. So when it comes to Black history, we see how Frederick Douglass and Ida B. Wells and Fannie Lou Hamer and Anna Julia Cooper and so many of our ancestors, we see how they overcame and how they achieved and how they um, lived to the very best of their ability. And that then instructs us on how we can do the same. And the beautiful thing about history is that it doesn't have to be something detached, something removed from us. We all have a history. We are all a part of history, and we all are a part of a path um, that is a continuum. We all have a family history. We all have a genealogy. And that is really how I was drawn into the study of history with um, the stories that my family members, my father and my grandmother told me about our family history. I was curious about my own family history. And from there, as a young person, I would make my way to the local library and I would read these books about the African American migration experience. And I saw and found my family's um, story within the broader African American story. And so history is for all of us. We are all a part of history. And as James Baldwin says, history is a part of all of us. And so it is something that we just readily embrace so that we can be and become our very best selves.
Oh, yes. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I love that you said we're all a part of history. We just go about our daily lives and we really don't think about it. But yes, that is so very true. Yes, indeed. And so now, why is it important for us to know about our history?
Well, Marcus Garvey once said that a people who have no knowledge of their origins or of their past history is like a tree without roots.
Wow.
It is so critically important. It's not a luxury to know history, it is a necessity. It is absolutely essential that we understand, that we read, that we know about and that we hear the testimonies of those who came before us. Um, it's it's something that African American history is something that is as vital as any other endeavor in any other category of life. It is African American history is American history. Knowing Black history is as important as loving your neighbor, and it's as important as um, taking care of your children and of your family. It's like that. It's an essential part of life, and so it's not something to okay. If I have time, I'll read about that part of history. Or if I have time, I'll delve into that book about Black history. No, it is. Or if I have time, I'll go to that museum. No, we have to make the study of history a priority because it instructs us on the way that we should go. There's an African concept called Sankofa, and it means as we look back, we are able to move forward.
Oh, I love that. Love that quote. Yes, I tell you. Now, I want to know, I had a chance to look at that wonderful website. I want to know, and I'm sure our viewers want to know as well. Can you tell us about some of those lovely virtual exhibits that you have at the Northwest African American Museum? And how can we all enjoy it? I know you're in Seattle, Washington. I'm down here in Atlanta, Georgia. How can we all enjoy those virtual exhibits?
Thank you, Leslie, for that question, because the Northwest African American Museum is such a vital and vibrant organization, and our presence can be experienced anywhere that you are. You can experience the Northwest African American Museum because we have placed our museum and our mission online. We have absolutely wonderful virtual programs and virtual exhibitions that center and celebrate Black history, Black culture, and Black arts. And so we have artists such as Hiawatha D. He is a Seattle-based artist that um, has a gorgeous exhibition called Iconic Black Women. And it tells the story through art of how Black women divided into three categories, our ancestors and our queens. And in the contemporary current women, Black women who are leading today, um, how they blazed a trail and made a way oftentimes when there was no way. And so the art exhibitions that are virtually available at the Northwest African American Museum is something that enriches all of us and enlightens us about, again, who we can be. And so we just invite individuals to visit the website. It's www.naamnw.org, and to follow us on social media. We have programming year round, virtual programming year round, from King Day in January all the way to December with Black Santa and Black
Wow.
Kwanzaa, and it's all virtual, so families can log into Zoom and experience just a moment with our jolly Black Santa, or they can experience the empowering reminder of the Nguzo Saba, the seven principles of Kwanzaa,
Yes.
reminding us of the importance of self-determination and purpose and faith and collective responsibility and so forth. And so NAAM is a museum that strives to place education at the center of who we are and what we do always. We have a variety of programming such as Juneteenth
Yes.
and Malcolm X Day and Grandparents' Day. And so it just goes on and on, the enriching virtual experiences that individuals can enjoy by linking up with NAAM. And we've taken our programming outdoors as well. So we have a Knowledge is Power outdoors program. We pop up throughout the region and distribute free, new, beautifully illustrated African American children's books. So there's something for everybody at the Northwest African American Museum.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that and being so inclusive. It's wonderful that you're still able to reach out to the community and the children enjoy your resources in person. And thank you for allowing us way over here on the East Coast, whether we're on the East Coast or the West Coast, North, South, East, or West, we can enjoy your website and your virtual activities and exhibitions. So thank you so much for that. Now let me ask you, LaNesha, what does onward and upward mean to you?
Onward and upward is what our people have been doing since the very beginning. We have been onward and we have been upward. That is what Sankofa is all about. That is the path to getting to better. We have to have an onward and upward mindset. It's a mentality. It's a way of thinking and a way of living. It is a commitment to positive energy and a belief that we will rise again. Still, we rise. It is an affirmation of self determination. Onward and upward is an agreement with the idea that though we fall down, we get up.
Yes.
And so, onward and upward is truly, I think, an affirmation that um, we can all remind ourselves every morning, onward and upward, onward and upward.
That's right. Oh my goodness, I like that. It is an affirmation, and we can remind ourselves daily.
Yes.
Onward and upward. We get up and we keep it moving. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now, LaNesha, how is your faith your guiding compass?
My faith is literally everything to me. I remember hearing the stories of the Bible first read to me, and then having my grandmother teach me how to read the Bible and those stories of the Bible. And that laid a foundation of faith in my life that um, has become the absolute grounding upon which I stand as a woman of faith. Um, Faith allows us to know that through it all, we can trust in God. And faith allows us to believe that all things are possible for those who believe that all things are possible, that with God, we can do all things, and that all things work together for good to those who love God and who have a calling according to His purpose. And so, um, we are inspired by the the help and the hope that faith um, provides to our lives and to our leadership.
Amen. Oh, wow, that is beautiful and how profound. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Our time has been too short. I've just enjoyed sitting here with you. I feel so relaxed looking at that wonderful fireplace behind you and your beautiful background. But LaNesha, thank you so very much for coming to share with us. We look forward. We want to keep this conversation going. So we would love if you can share. I think you mentioned it before, but please share again. If you could share the museum's website and social media handles. And I believe you have a beautiful website as well, and we certainly want to follow you and the museum. So if you could share your website and your social media handles also, we'd certainly appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Yes, we invite individuals to visit us at namnw.org and follow us on social media. We are on all of the platforms. On Facebook, it's Northwest African American Museum. On Instagram and Twitter, it is NAAMNW. That is NAAMNW. And personally, my website is my name. It's www.LaNeshaDeBardelaben.com. And we are just thrilled to be in connection and in conversation with you and with all of your listening audience today, Leslie. It has been an honor.
Well, it is my pleasure, and it has been a thrill for me as well. Thank you so much for joining us today, LaNesha, and you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You as well.